Hare Krishna Maharaj, please take over the call now. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Thanks for giving me opportunity for reading Srimad Bhagavatam in front of you. It's very Prahladaji Maharaj is a very exalted devotee, and we all can follow in his footsteps. So it's nice to read and understand it very clearly. So, Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhestam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam Sham He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namah Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Krapasindhubhya च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमः ओम विष्णु पादाय कृष्णा पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोकैर्भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. So text number 9, but what is the little bit background about this text? If we have a material desires, there are negative effects of material desires, and what that we remain in the material world. Material desires meant to please our senses. Wherever they go, wander, and we try to obtain all those things. It's bringing the objects of senses to the senses. But we have to listen to the mind, or beyond the mind means the senses start listening to the mind. But beyond the mind is the intelligence, that we have to discriminate what desire should be fulfilled and what desire should not be fulfilled. And beyond that is the soul. And soul's destination. We are part of the Supreme Lord, and soul's destination is the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord and his loving devotional service. So any desire, material desire, to fulfill our senses is demoniac. Why? Because the soul is looking for such a bliss which will go on increasing at every step. Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam purnamrata swadanam. This material, whatever opulences or whatever that we may get in materially, it is going to get dwindle, finish, and same objects will cause us more and more problems that we want to enjoy. So better understand who we are, what is our relationship with the Supreme Lord, and then fulfill those by undergoing devotional service under the bona fide spiritual master. So the functions of one's senses and mind, like body, religion, patience, intelligence, shyness, wealth, strength, memory, and truthfulness, are all destroyed from the very beginning of one's birth. So these things, that is the negative effects of the material desires. If you have material desires, then all these things are that you accumulated, they go away. Material life means to be affected afflicted by a formidable disease called lusty desire. Lust, kam vasana, are not just sexual, but for your tongue, belly, genitals, ears, nose, throat, or tongue. So we want to fulfill all those desires. Liberation means freedom from such lusty desires that cause repeated birth and death. So because our desires will remain even after at the old age or when we die, again you have to take birth and start with your fulfilling your desires. Krishna wants to fulfill your desires. You don't hanker again so then he does not allow you to come to the spiritual world, and you remain in the material world until your desires are gone. It does not mean that you should finish your desires. Desires would always be there, but it should be spiritual desires to satisfy the senses of Krishna. And because we are connected with Krishna, we are part and parcel of Krishna. So if he is happy, we will automatically be happy. So lusty desires that causes us repeated birth and death. Desirelessness means freedom from material desires. Not that you don't desire anything. Desire is spiritually. Unallied devotion to the service of the Lord is the only spiritual desire. That let me please be engaged in loving devotional service. Unallied means nobody else also. Ekele Ishwar. So you worship Krishna. To fulfill the desire, this desire, one must be free from material desires. Since you cannot take to pure devotional service. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karma dhyanavratam anukulena krishnano shilinam bhaktirottama. Anyabhilashita shunya, zero, material desires. Anya means material desire. Jnana, and it should not be covered with your knowledge. Jnana karmadi, jnana means knowledge, ascending process by your own mental speculation. Oh, this would be like this would be, I will do this. Even if you with this knowledge, you may go and merge with the Supreme Lord, like Sayuj Mukti. You are remaining there in the Brahmajyoti, or you will fall down. Shine Punne Mrityu Lokam Vishanti. So that is, go higher up beyond the material world. So that is Gyan Yoga. You want to merge with the Supreme, or want to be called that you are the Supreme Lord, Narayan. Namo Narayan, you are Narayan, I am Narayan. But we are not Narayan, we are his servant. We are his slave. Krishna, Jivara Swarupa Krishna, Nitya Das. Das means slave. And so that is then Jnana Karma. Jnana Karma Dhyana. Karma means you want to work very, very hard and go higher and higher by Karma Kand and want to get to higher planetary system like Swargalok, Janlok, Taplok. But that is you fall down from there. That is, if you have done some pious activity, not devotional service, you will be able to go to the higher planetary system. One can become Indra by following Varnashram Dharma or Yagya Satakratu 100 times. Or so one can go higher, but that is you will fall down once your punya shin. So punya pap, for pap you have to remain in the material world until you suffer the reactions of your pap, or go to the lower planetary system, or go to the नरक आदि लोकों में जाना पड़ेगा. So Lord Narasimha might say, if you do not desire benedictions, then why do you desire service to me, saying that you want to be my servant? So that is Narasimha Dev is asking that you don't want anything from me. He said that Lord, make me that I don't ask anything. I am not a businessman. You are already so much things that you have done for me. You appeared when he said that is your Lord everywhere? He says, yes. Is he in the pillar? Yes. So so he said that you are already helping in many, many ways. You are the one who saved me from all the atrocities of my father and his generals. So now we will go for. So he's saying that please make me your servant. And he said that if you don't want anything, then why do you want to become my servant? But take number. Just 1 second. Okay?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, can't hear you.
Sorry for interruption.
No problem.
So text number 9. विमुञ्चति सदा कामान् मानवो मनसि स्थितान् तर्हेव पुण्डरीकाक्ष भगवत्वाय कल्पते. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we read the background. Now it is going further that, oh my Lord, this is Prahlad Maharaj is saying, oh my Lord, when a human being is able to give up all the material desires, desires in his mind, he becomes eligible to possess wealth and opulence like yours. So if you have so much, and if one can be free from all material desires, then he could be, means he is counted by the Lord as if he is his own. So he will be able to get all the opulences because he's not looking for something cheap. He's looking for something very, very special by surrendering to Krishna. Only by surrendering to Krishna, you could be almost just like gold piece, a big piece, and then a small piece. Both are the gold. So you also become eligible to enjoy the higher planet, not higher, but Krishna's planet. And when you are in the Krishna's planet, Krishna is waiting for us to enjoy all the opulences he has in the spiritual world. And so opulences like yours. So this is Prahlad Maharaj is saying. Atheistic man, asuras. So who are atheistic men? Asuras, one who do not obey the orders of the Lord, who whimsically and in Bhagavad Gita, it talks quite a bit in 16th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, the divine and demonic nature. So there are two kinds. There are Sana Pratha. This world, there are two kinds of created beings. One is called divine, Divya, divine, and another is demonic. I have already explained to you the length of divine quality. So, and what are those demonic qualities? Asuric qualities. Pravattim cha nivrattim cha janana vidura suraha na saucham na pichacharo na satyam teshu vidyate. Those who are demonic do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done. Means they do whimsically whatever comes in their mind. No brain is used, not scriptures are used, no, they don't want to listen to the spiritual master, they want to just do whatever pleases their senses. Neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor truth is found in them. They say that this world is unreal. The world is temporary but not unreal. With no foundation, no God in control. They think that there is no God. There is no God in control. They say it is produced by sex desires and has no cause other than lust. Because of the lust, the world is going on, and so you become lusty. That's what is there. Enjoy, eat, drink, and be merry. Yavat jevet sukham jevet renam kartva kartam pravet. Because people don't follow, don't eat Bhagavad Gita, don't have any spiritual master, there is so much havoc. Young boys and children, just even 10, 12-year age, they go away from home, they just enjoy sex life, and they don't want to learn anything, just whatever, if they could eat somewhere, whatever foul food or meat and so many different kinds. They will eat and drink and so they don't have any clue what is awaiting for them in the hellish planets and in this material world and another life that they have to go through. So 8.4 million species of life. They spoil their valuable human life, which has been awarded by the Lord, not by our quality, but Lord said, let us just see. He must have corrected himself. But he does, even this is Kali Yuga, but if they could just take to chanting, Kalir doshe niderajan yasti ek mahan guna kirtanat eva krishnasya mukta sangha paramadi. They could be free from this material entanglement and go to the spiritual kingdom. Mukta Sangha Param. They will be free, and Param Rajat means go to the spiritual kingdom. Param means Param Dham. So they just conclude in their sense. That is all demonic, who are lost to themselves and who have no intelligence, engage in unbeneficial, horrible works meant to destroy the world. seeking shelter of insatiable. Their lust is, the desires are never finished. Just Ravan had so much, Hiranyakashipu had so much, but they have unfulfilled, and increases their desire every pulse, every minute, and absorbed in the conceit of pride and false prestige. The demoniac, thus illusioned, uh, are always sworn to unclean work, attracted by the impermanent. They believe that to gratify the senses is the prime necessity of human civilization. Thus, until the end of life, their anxiety is immeasurable. Bound by a network of hundreds of thousands of desires and absorbed in lust and anger, they secure money by illegal means or sense gratification. Means that they say that the demonic person is thinking, so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my schemes. So much mine is now, and it will increase in the future, more and more. He is my enemy, and I have killed him. And my other enemies will also be killed. I am the Lord of everything. Lord of Ishwaroham. Ishwaroham, Aham Bhogi, Siddhoham, Balwan Sukhi. I am perfect, powerful, happy. I am the richest man, surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There is none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices. That is just to show that he is religious. For sacrifices is not that yajna to satisfy the Vishnu, but to karma kand, they do so many demigods and they would do yajna for them. And then they may be pleased, they will give some boon, but that is temporary and would evaporate very soon. I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance. So there are so many verses are there in this 16th chapter. Thus perplexed by various anxieties and bound by a network of illusions, they become too strongly attached to sense enjoyment and fall down into hell. So this is about sense enjoyment. Atheistic men, what they think. Sometimes, so again, back we are on the text of the purport of this verse number 9. Atheistic men sometimes criticize a devotee by saying, if you do not want to take any benedictions from the Lord, and if the servant of the Lord is as opulent as the Lord himself, why do you ask for benedictions of being engaged as the Lord's servant? So if you don't want anything and you are doing so much service, and some other servant is so opulent, like Prahlad Maharaj he was ruling over all for many years in Dhruv Maharaj. And so why do you don't want anything? Lord is happy, you have done so much. Ask a boon that you don't have to ask again. So Sridhar Swami comments, Bhagavatya Bhagavat Saman, Aishwarya, Aishwaryaya. Bhagavata, becoming as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, does not mean becoming one with Him or equal to Him. So it's not that you are same or you have same opulence. Lord is not owner, controller, enjoyer. We are to be enjoyed by the Lord. He is. We don't own anything, not even our body. Our soul comes from Krishna. So we should never think that I am, say, Bhoktaram Yagitapasam. He is Bhokta, enjoyer. Yagya, whatever you do. Sarvaloka Maheshwara, with the supreme controller, Maha Ishwar. Ishwar means controller and Maha means great controller. Shrodham, but he is our well-wisher. Sarvabhutanam Yajgyato Amam Shantim Richati. If you want peacefulness, then let him be the Bhokta, let him be the enjoyer, and let him be the well-wisher. We cannot compete with him, and we should just serve him, and we will be happy just by serving him. Although in the spiritual world, the servant is equally as opulent as the master. The servant of the Lord is engaged in service of the Lord as a servant, friend, in any relationship you could serve. Either as a das or as a dost, friend, father, mother, or conjugal lover. In any of the rasas, Krishna enjoys the rasas. He wants to play. Sometimes he enjoys fighting and he let like Ranyaks and come out of his clutches and fight. Krishna likes to enjoy all kinds of rasas. But it has to be liking by Krishna, not by our rasas. Our rasas are stale. It is without Krishna. But if you put Krishna in the center and ourselves, he could enjoy with you also. All of whom are equally as opulent as the Lord. This is Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva. The master and servant are different, yet equal in opulence. This is the meaning of simultaneously difference from the Supreme Lord and oneness with Him. Achintya Bheda Bhed. Bheda means separate, and Abhed means there is no separatism. Means it is we are infinitesimal and He is the infinite. We are Anu, he is Vibhu. He is like supreme gold or all the diamond, and we are just a little piece of that. So we have nothing, like a drop in the ocean. So we are nothing, but still we become so proudy and think proprietor, like in the hotels they write proprietor such and such, but nobody is proprietor. Proprietor is Krishna. Bhokta is Krishna. Enjoyer is Krishna. Whatever you do, it is Krishna who is really doing, because he is giving you the intelligence. Matta smrati jnanam apohanam cha. By me comes remembrance, forgetfulness, and apohanam. Matta smrati, the remembrance, forgetfulness, smriti, and knowledge that comes from Krishna. By that you do so many things. But you think that it is me that I have done, like somebody is creating a big skyscraper. But it is by the materials that comes from Krishna. The intelligence given to the owner is by Krishna. To build such engineers and everything, and all the material comes from Krishna, whether cement or saria or whatever, the knowledge, and it is all from Krishna. So it is really the Krishna is the owner, not us. So simultaneously oneness in quality, not in quantity. Quantity, Krishna is great, but in quality, we are also Satchid Ananda Vigraha. Krishna is also Satchid Ananda. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchid Ananda Vigraha. Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana is the cause of everything. Sarva Karana Karana. So we cannot say that we are equal to Krishna. We are just a servant in a big bungalow. He enjoys more than even Krishna, because Krishna cannot enjoy so many things together. So servants, they enjoy. People have built many houses in Gujarat. There are many foreigners who live abroad. They build and it is all logged, but some servant lives there, and he enjoys. Even the boss cannot even enjoy. So enjoying. So if we become friend of Krishna or servant of Krishna, so then we also enjoy same as Krishna enjoys. And this is called, but not that we are God or we become God. That one should never think. We are all the time servant. Jivera Swarupa, Krishna Nitya Das. That is our Swarup. Eternally we are servant or slave of Krishna. So that is called Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva. The master and servant are different, yet equal in opulence. This is the meaning of simultaneously difference from the Supreme Lord and oneness with Him. Text number 10. So ninth text that we read, that when one is able to give up all material desires, means to enjoy sense gratification, he becomes eligible to possess opulence. If we give up all our material desires, then we become as opulent, because we go to a spiritual world, opulence like yours. Bhagavat Bhagavatva does not mean becoming one with the Lord or exactly equal to Him. The servant in the spiritual world is engaged in Lord's service as a servant, friend, father, mother, or conjugal lover, all of whom are equally as opulent as the Lord. This is Achintya Bheda Bhed. The master and servant are different, yet equal in opulence. Krishna is the master, we are his servant. So text number 10. Om Namo Bhagavate Tubhyam Purushaya Mahatmane Haraye Adbhuta Simhaya Brahmane Paramatmane. Oh my Lord. That is translation, and then purport. Full of six opulence. So, O Supreme Person, O Supreme Soul, killer of all miseries, O Supreme Person, in the form of a wonderful lion and man, Narsingadev, let me offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So Krishna, first thing, that he is full of six opulences. And what are those six opulences? Are the Lord Krishna, which even the Vishnu and others, they don't have. He owns everything. Isha Vashyam Idam Saram. So whatever you see in the material world, spiritual world, belongs to Krishna. All riches, all strength. Means even he was lifted Govardhan when he was 7-year-old. Teaching Nakha upara Govardhan dharo. When he was 6 days old, he killed Putna. He sucked her life, but gave her. But he's so magnanimous. He gave her the position of his dhai, nurse in the spiritual kingdom. That is not a ordinary thing. She came to kill and give poison, but because she came as a mother, he gave her liberation. He gave her, sent her to the spiritual kingdom to be his nurse, Ardhai. So his all riches, all strength, that he is the strong. I told you that how he was lifting Govardhan. All beauty means Krishna means all attractive. So he attracts even Cupid. So many Cupids. They so he is all attractive and all renunciation. And he was in the middle with thousands of gopis having Ras Leela, but he gave it up. He was not attached, oh, if I go, maybe they will all run away and they would not remain there. No, they were waiting for him when he left. So what I'm saying that he is most renounced. He Guru Dhanko Meva Tyago Saga Vidur. He is not attracted by any food. Everything is his. Whatever he wants, भगवान की इच्छा शक्ति से सब कुछ आ सकता है. So he looks for your love reciprocation. He created so many jiva souls to reciprocate and love each other. We love him, he loves us. So we have to follow. If you want to be loved in material world, there is no love. It is all lust. Only love is there in the spiritual kingdom with Krishna. Nowhere else. All beauty, all renunciation, all knowledge. By his knowledge, he created all these cosmos and material, so many planets, not only planets, so many universes are floating. And so is it not amazing that from his body so much light, so much effulgence is there, and that is the cause of sun and moon gets light from there. So it is all because of his knowledge he could do, and he uses knowledge also. Then all fame. Krishna was born, means eternally he is there, but even in this material world, he came more than 5,000 years ago. Still people remember, still people chant his holy name, and even sun god. He gave the same knowledge of Bhagavad Gita to sun god millions of years ago. So he is so famous all the time. So all fame and all riches, everything belongs to him. So anyway, there is a big description that we could describe. Krishna is all beautiful. So in Vrindavan, he is universally attractive in Vrindavan. Even the monkeys, deer, cows, birds, river, Yamuna are all spontaneously attracted to Krishna. That is why he has the name Krishna. Krishna means all attractive, which means all attractive. Thus, his beauty is in class of his own. Nobody can, oh, he is beautiful, but we cannot compare with anybody. Completely apart from worldly beauty. The whole world is attracted by the beauty of Cupid. But Krishna is so beautiful that thousands of Cupids are attracted to him. That is why Krishna is also celebrated as Madan Mohan, one who attracts even Cupid. And Radharani is Madan Mohan Mohini. A glimpse of how beautiful Krishna it can be had from the fact that the gopis of Vrindavan, scolded Brahmaji, the creator, for having created imperfect eyes which blink after every few seconds, and therefore prevent them from continuously beholding the beauty of Krishna. They desired eyes which would never blink, so that they could unceasingly drink the nectar of Krishna's beauty with their eyes. Krishna has a beautiful face with eyes like blooming lotus petals, lips like Bimba fruit. We sing that in Damodarastakam. A prominent nose, teeth like jasmine buds, rendered rosy by the splendor of lips, arched eyebrows, and a smile that can dry up the ocean of suffering of the living entity. Means his eyebrows are so beautiful, smile so nice. Krishna is adorned with peacock feather on his head. Barha Pidav Natavarabapu. His head and a flute in his hand. He wears a Vajayanti Mala garland surrounded by humming bees around his neck and a pitambar, a yellow colored dhoti. He stands in a graceful three-folded bending form which charms the hearts of the even thousands of cupids. So Krishna is all knowledgeable. वेदाहं समतीतानि वर्तमानानि चार्जुन भविष्यानि च भूतानि माम च वेद न कश्चन. कृष्णा के सब तरफ का वेद न टिकुटी चिन्ह सब छे, but nobody knows him. Means when Krishna want to know him, you by your devotional service, then only you can know Krishna. Otherwise, Krishna does not even know himself what to say about that. Our knowing him, we can never know the opulences or beauty of Krishna. So anyway, oh Arjun is the supreme personality of Godhead. I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the future, present, and that yet to come. Also know all living entity. But me, no one knows. That is what's from Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita in fourth chapter, Krishna informs Arjun that he instructed Vivaswan, the sun god, millions of years ago. But Arjun inquired from Krishna how he could possibly have instructed Vivaswan. As Vivaswan was senior by birth to Krishna, Krishna replies as follows. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tava charjuna tanyaham ved sarvani na tvam vedha parantapa. Many births both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of the enemy. So Krishna is all strong, like he lifted Gordon Hill, he killed Putna, and that's why he's called Gordon Hari. Krishna killed the demons, so many, Putna, demons, Pranava, Aghasur, Bakasur, Kuvalaya, Pid, gigantic elephant. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna declares that he is the strength in every living being. Balam Balavatam Chaham. So Krishna is all famous. Krishna is constantly glorified in all the Vaikuntha planets. One of his names is Uttama Shloka. His choices by the choicest of the shloka words, he is being praised. So he is a famous one who is always glorified by choice poetry. Another Shesha, Ananta Shesh. He sings his glories 24 hours by his thousands of hoods. He cannot finish. Even if scientists may be able to estimate the number of atoms in the universe, no one will be able to estimate my glories. So there are many ways Krishna's mortal world is compared to the prison, as those living entities who are rebellious of God are kept here. If someone of the inmates of the prison in a country do not know about the prime minister of that country, does that distract from the glories of the prime minister? Not in the least. So Krishna is all wealthy. Everything is owned by Krishna. Aham sarvasya prabhava matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. I am the source of all spiritual and material works. They come from Krishna. Everything emanates from me. The wise who know this perfectly engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Buddha bhava samanvita. In this world, people are comparing to the or get the favor of the goddess of fortune. But in the spiritual world, thousands of uh, goddesses of fortune are competing to serve Krishna. It is Brahma Samhita tells that. Now, Lakshmi Shahasra Sata Sambrama Sevyamanam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Krishna delivered 16,000 princesses from the clutches of demon Bhaumasur. So Krishna is all renounced. I told you there are many things. So Krishna renounces everything. And Krishna, in Mahabharata, when the last few years was to be performed, Maharaj Yudhishthira, after consulting with Vyasadeva, asked us his various relatives to take up different services. He asked the Bhishma and Drona to observe the organization for sacrifice. Anyway, he is all attractive, and many rich people are attracted to Krishna. Because he is said he is renounced. You wear your dhoti and shirt, but he is all attractive. So these are the 9. The Maha Eko Vai Bhushyam. So Vara Puran and many Puran. Krishna is the source of impersonal Brahman. The Brahma Jyoti comes from Krishna. So these are Prahlad Maharaj has explained that a devotee can achieve the platform of Bhagavatam. We read that a pure servant of the Lord, although as opulent as the Lord, is still meant to offer respectful obeisances to the Lord in service. Prahlad Maharaj was engaged in pacifying the Lord, and therefore he did not consider himself equal to Lord. He defined his position as a servant and offered respectful obeisances to the Lord. Then the next verse. मैं कांतिनो में मयि जप जाप विहाशीष आशा सते मुत्र च ये भवद्विधा तथापि मन्वन मन्वन्तरम् एतदत्र दैत्येश्वराणाम् अनुभुङ्गभोजम्. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Prahlad, a devotee like you never desires any kind of material opulences, either in this life or in the next life. People have opulences, not just for one generation, but let me feed my son, great grandson. And so their desire is so big. But we should not worry about it. The real devotee does not worry about what would be in the next week, next day. They just take Madhukari, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, six Goswamis, they were very, very rich, but they renounced everything. Nonetheless, I order you to enjoy the opulence. Krishna wanted to give him, you take the opulence, take your kingdom that your father was ruling. Means a whole universe practically, Hiranyakashipu was ruling. Acting as their king until the end of the duration of time occupied by Manu. Manvantar, one Manu, and there are 14 Manus in a day of Brahma. So one Manu is equal to this. There is a cycle that goes on day and night. So one Brahma's day and night is 1,000 Chaturyugi. One is like Kali Yuga, that is 432,000 years. And now only 5,000 years is gone. There are 427 lifetimes. If that many lifetimes, that is a Brahma, that will be one day of Brahma. And he lives like this 365 days and then 100 years. A year and 100 years. He lives that time. So Manu is there that during Brahma is so 14 Manvantars in a day of Brahma. Means 72 Chaturyugis in the is the time period of Manu. And Prahlad Maharaj ruled for that much time. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, or now it is Krishna is saying to Prahlad Maharaj, or Narsingadev Bhagwan is saying, Nekanti me api jatvihaशीष आशा सते अमुत्र चैव मे भवद्विधा तथापि मन्वन्तरम् एतत् अत्र दैत्येश्वराणाम् Anubhungshva Bhogan. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Prahlad, a devotee like you never desires any kind of material opulences, either in this life or in the next life. Nonetheless, I order you." So that is Krishna's special and Narasimha's special privilege on this boy Prahlad. He was putting him on his lap and he's licking his face and he was not afraid. Everybody was afraid of him. But he was the only one who could pacify the angry Narsingadev. Never desires any kind of material opulences, either in this life or in the next. Nonetheless, I order you to enjoy the opportunate opulences of the demons in this material world, acting as their king until the end of the duration of time occupied by Manu. So until that time period, you rule over. But rule over as a devotee, that you make whole your kingdom as devotee. Not that he is ruling over and he will make others non-devotee. He want to make the Ambarish Maharaj. Everybody was a devotee. And King Veerahambir, in his kingdom, although he was a thief, but later on when he became a devotee, his whole kingdom became devotee. So head of the state should be a devotee. So in his presence, everybody can become a devotee. Nonetheless, I order you to enjoy the opulences of the demons in this material world, acting as their king until the end of the duration of time period occupied by Manu. One Manu lives, that we already discussed about this, how long they live. There is 14 Manus in 1000 Chaturyugi. So, although the materialists exert so much energy in create a kingdom of hallucination, they hallucinate because they have no devotional service and they just dream, concoct. If I do this, I have so many. We read about this, that what is the demonic people they want. Let me enjoy to the fullest extent. Bhasmi bhutas deva dehasya. If your body is burned and you become ash, where is your opulences would do? You can't even enjoy that, even at the time of death. So the demons, they exert so much energy. That is Shama eva hi kevalam. If you beat the rice paddy with where the rice has been taken away, then you cannot get any more rice by crushing it. So that's why Shama eva hi kevalam. It is all only what you get is from opulence, being away from Krishna. A devotee does not have to desire material opulence. But if he is pure devotee, there is ample opportunity for him to enjoy material happiness, also without personal endeavor. Material happiness the devotee gets without any special endeavor. The crops and wealth and everything, the palaces, by Ichha Shakti of Krishna, just like devotees, they made this estate in Dwarka with so many palaces. Krishna built overnight. So Bhagavatam 2:3, so Krishna fulfills his desires of the devotee. So the verse is 2:3:10, Aka Akama Sarvakamo va Moksha Kama Udaradhi Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajeturusha Param. Whether one desires everything or nothing, or whether he desires to emerge into the existence of the Lord, that is Sayuja Mukti, which is not good. He is intelligent only if he worships Krishna, Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by rendering transcendental loving service. Divya, transcendental and beyond this material world, trans, away. So I will just read one verse and then discuss a little bit more about this. Very, very important verses. You could learn just a little bit and read them and try to see with what Prabhupada has wrote, the purport. Then once one should read Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita every day, even little bit, even one verse. Text number 12. Tatha madiya jushamana priyastvam आवेश्यमात्मा मनिसन्तमेकं सर्वेषु भूतेषु यज्ञमीशं यजेष्व योगेन च कर्म. In one, it does not matter that you are in the material world. When somebody is in the material world, still you could be devotee and enjoy with Krishna, or you could be Jivan Mukt. You should always continuously hear the instructions and messages given by me and always whatever instruction I give you, you should hear all that. If you become a king, but listen to the instruction. Absorbed in my thought. Mat chitta. So that is in Bhagavad Gita, that how you should, your mind should be absorbed in Krishna. In 10th chapter, I think it is in 9. Machchitta matagata prana bodhayantah parasparam kathayantah shamam nityam tushyanti cha ravanti cha. The thoughts of my pure devotee dwell in me, means they think always about Krishna. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, means they become servant of Krishna. They serve in every respect. From manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyajimam namaskar. So they think of that. So they think of Krishna, what to say, oh, I had to make some nice prasada for Krishna, I had to decorate him nicely, I had to bathe him. So everything, all the service, devoted, they are fully devoted to my service, and they deserve great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. Means if you respect, if you do, and Krishna is happy, just like in the material world, oh, he's such a nice one, he has done such and such. So same thing here also. When a devotee becomes materially very opulent, one should not think that he is enjoying the results of his fruitive activities. So fruitive activity, he cannot enjoy opulences. A devotee, oh, I forgot that verse. Akama sarva kamo va moksha kamo daradhi tivrena bhakti yogena yajet purusa param. That whether you have full of material desires or no desire, even if you have desire of moksha kam, that you will be liberated from the material bondage. Udaradhi, that Udar means very magnanimous person, he give you everything. Tivrena bhakti yogena yajet purusha param. So a devotee in this material world uses all material opulences for the service of the Lord. What he is using, Prabhupada earned $1 million a day, then he will spend in the night time. So that is the instruction given to a grahastha, what other people would do. A devotee in this material world uses all material opulences for service of the Lord, because he is planning how to serve the Lord with these opulences, as advised by the Lord himself. Whatever material opulence is within this possession, he engages to expand the glories and service of the Lord. Sarvopadhi निर्मुक्तं तत्परत्वेन निर्मलं ऋषिकेश ऋषिकेन sevanam bhaktirottama. And this tatparattvena nirmalam, you should be jnana karma dhyana. It is not covered with jnana and karma. So bhoga, and then anyway, let me just give a little bit talk on these things, and that what we read from 9 to 10th verse. I offer my respect to the. It is about 10th verse, full of 6 up we talked about. Supreme person, the supreme soul, killer of all miseries, is the killer of all the miseries will go away. The wonderful lion and man, Brahman and Paramatma. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Tubhyam Purushaya Mahatmana Haraye Adbhuta Simhaya Brahmane Paramatmana. The Lord Narasimhadev instructs to Prahlad. A devotee like you, never yet I order you to enjoy as the king of the demons and rule over. Or 72 manvantars, or 72 Manu's life. Prahlad Maharaj might ask, because of what offense are you throwing me in the hole of material life? Perform bhakti yoga. It does not matter that you are in the material world. You should always hear my topics and be absorbed in my thought. Give up fruitive activities, karma yoga, and worldly, and worship me. So that is his instructing. Lord Narasimha tells Prahlad, don't worry about karma. You are a Jivan Mukta, already liberated in this very life. Jivan Mukta. They have no material attachment, no material things. They go on doing service to the Supreme Lord. And Lord provides everything. Yoga Kshemam Vahamyam. Prahlad, like Narad Muni, was partly sadhana siddha, one who attained by performance of bhakti. Sadhana siddha, and so that is one way, and partly nitya siddha, who are there in the spiritual kingdom. Eternally they are there. They come down for the performance of Lord's pastimes, to play with Krishna. One who is certainly perfect, eternally perfect. This means that they are nitya siddha, but also take form of sadhakas during the pastime. Sometimes they are sadhakas, sometimes they are nitya siddha, they go to the spiritual kingdom. Just like Narad Muni, he was a son of a maid servant, but he did pray and he came out of that. Not only you are free of bondage, but others who remember you become free of bondage as well. It's 21 generations of Prahlad Maharaj was liberated. One who remembers your activities and my activities, you are in a Prahlad Maharaj's and Narasimha Dev's activities, and who chants the prayers you have offered to me, becomes free from material reactions. So, if you just remember Krishna's activity, that's why we should Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. We hear Smaranam Pada Sevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dashyam, Sakhyam Atma Nivedanam. That okay, Krishna, I am surrendered to you. Whatever way you keep, Maro biya, Rako biya, Jo Kichu Chukumar. Aslishya Padaratam Pinastumam, Adarsanam Marmatam Karotava, Yatha Tatava Vidadhatulam Patao, Mata Prananath Evanapar. Prahlad prayed for the deliverance of all people suffering in this world. Now he prays for the deliverance of one great sinner, his father. Although Hiranyakashipu was purified as soon as he came in contact with Lord Narasimha, he put on his lap also. So he was Narasimha's glance and lap. Prahlad still wanted to hear from the Lord's own mouth that his father had been purified by the Lord. So Prahlad Maharaj prays for the deliverance of his own father and also whole material world. And he says that let everybody go from hellish planet. When he went, take my whatever I have done some pious activity, so they could be free from suffering. So little bit about this very, very nice book, which is called Prem Bhakti Chandrika. There is some reference about Prem Bhakti Chandrika. People they go to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj and ask how I could become a devotee, a pure devotee. Just read two books, Prarthana and Prem Bhakti Chandrika. These are the prayers by Narottam Das Thakur. So just one or two verses. Again and again, I offer my obeisances and to Srila Narottam Das Thakur. Is dancing to the beauty, so beautiful. He conquers कर्म कांड ज्ञान कांड केवल विषेर भांड हमारा अमृत बलिया जेब खाए, thinking that it is amrit, but Gyan Kand means ascending process and merging with the Krishna. And Karma Kand, acting, demigod worship, many yagyas, going higher planet to enjoy. But that is all temporary, it will go down, so better to worship Krishna. Sarva Dharman Pariteja, Mam Ekam Shranam Raja. He does not say that go to this demigod and that demigod. Karma Kand, Gyan Kand, Kevala Vishera Bhanda. Fruitive activities and mental speculation are like pots of poison, Vishayar and poison. Those who drink this poison, thinking it to be nectar, fall into the cycle of repeated birth and death. So they go through. That's why Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam Mudamate, Apte Sannihite, Nahi Rakshati Dankuj. Nothing would help other than devotional service. Such persons eat abominable things and their human life form is spoiled. So I will end here. There are just few minutes to 1 hour. If anybody has any comments, questions, we described about Prahlad Maharaj. It's very nice. His prayer, and then Krishna also speaks to him. Krishna Narsimha Dev, he comes. Is the original or particular? How many gods? Only one God. That is Krishna. Now why? All others are come, he acts for his pastimes. His Narsingh Dev or his Meen, Kachap, any thousands of forms. Or even he could come as Jesus Christ or Muhammad or any, but they are prophets, they are not God. But God could come. Keshava Dhrita Narahari. Keshav is taking that form. It's just like in the movie, there is a director and he means one who is performing the acts. He could, his home, it is different. And when he is on the judge in the court, is different. He wears a long coat and even his mother or father has to salute, my lord, and they stand up and the judge comes. But Maryada Purushottam Lord Ramchandra. So that is, but Krishna is the original personality of God, supreme personality of God. Sarva Karana Karanam is the cause of everything. So we should bow down to Lord Krishna, beg to him, ask for his mercy, ask for his causeless mercy, and engage in that. Please engage me in loving devotional service. That is the Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for your listening. I don't know whether it was clear or not, but I tried to explain a little bit about these verses.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Maharaj. Very nice class as always. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Just make me a devotee of the Lord. That's your good wishes. Just by class, but unless you apply on your life, it's all superficial. So one has to become a pure devotee, serving the Supreme Lord and serving his devotees. Until that is there, you apply. It is just a bookish knowledge. Has no value. It has to be applied. You have to follow whatever you say. You have to follow that. Walk on your talk. And I don't walk on my talk. And that's why I am fallen. We should practice to serve Krishna by your own. You cannot employ servants and serve. Ambarish Maharaj is the best example. That he was serving Krishna and going himself to river Yamuna and bring water and clean the every senses he was using in the service of Lord. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Anyone else has any comments?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for this nectarian class and explanation about the Prahlad Maharaj and the conversation with Narsimha Bhagwan. And Maharaj, thank you so much because you was about to go to travel today, but because of the class, you cancelled it, you postponed it. So thank you so much for your association, valuable association.
I love the devotees and Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why I want to.
Maharaj, yeah.
That is the most important, unless there is clash with another one giving me the class. Okay, thanks a lot.
Yes, you finished. You did 12 verse, right, from Maharaj?
Yeah, let me
Last
tell
time.
you what. Yeah, I went up to 12th. Yeah, up to 12th.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Up to 12th. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay.
Yes, Maharaj.
We did 4 verses.
Very
Okay.
good. Yes, thank
So
you.
let me know if you need me, and later on, whenever my turn comes, you said there are 2 days. So remind me earlier. Okay.
Yes, Maharaj. Yes. His purposes to all the Vaishnavas, Vancha
Okay. Thank
Kalpatripasya,
you.
Kripa Sindhu Vaivacha, Patitanam
Namo Namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava. I have to go to after Hare Krishna.
His
Jai
Holiness
Srila
Srimati
Prabhupada.
Maharaj ki jai.
Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Srila
Hare
Prabhupada ki
Krishna.
jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.